Welcome to the second part of the Oklahoma Chapter Board Orientation. In part 1 we discussed the culture of the Oklahoma Chapter, the Oklahoma Chapter Board, and the AMTA. In part 2 we're going to discuss the responsibilities of boards. This is the big stuff. These are the large concepts, ones that are covered in different volunteer trainings, but they need to be in our personal operating systems. These are not unique to any one association or organization. They're pretty much the framework for leadership. Leaders understand these concepts and are internally governed by them. Boards need to act in good faith with the care that any ordinary person in the same circumstance would exercise, and in a manner that is in the best interest of the organization. They include these basic duties. 1. The duty of obedience. This is honoring the mission and purpose of the association and complying with the law. Basically, we are obedient to the structure that we operate in: membership, association, and municipality-wise. Number 2 is the duty of loyalty. Loyalty to our National Association and loyalty to our members, avoiding conflict of interests and avoiding self-interest issues. The third duty is the duty of care. This is the duty to stay informed, to attend meetings, delegate versus abdicate responsibilities, as well as making responsible decisions and providing appropriate oversight to our offices and our membership. Confidentiality is also a very large characteristic and responsibility of a board, and this goes far beyond what it means in the massage room. For a board, confidentiality extends to association business, chapter business, and is a very important component of our duty of care. Conflict of interest. AMTA volunteers must always avoid conflicts of interest, whether actual or perceived. That's the key phrase here: actual or perceived. If someone can possibly say they got that because they're an AMTA board member, and it is not a benefit to all of the membership, then it can be construed as a possible conflict of interest. And if that situation that is not addressed strictly in the policy manual or in Oklahoma standing rules or in the bylaws, and it feels questionable, err on the side of caution and remove yourself from the situation as quickly as possible. This protects all of us on the board, all of us in the state chapter, and all of us in the association in the long run. A Japanese proverb states, "Authority is taken, not given." Authority is about power, whether it is emotional, intellectual, or physical, and power can corrupt. As board members, our duty of obedience is not necessarily a statement of granting authority. It is a statement on how we, as board members, are beholden to the membership and the leadership. We're a volunteer organization. We are elected leaders, which means that whereas we have the authority to make decisions for the chapter, our power comes from the membership. Remember, volunteers are asked to participate. Who then has the power? And who holds the authority? Does authority demand respect? Can we, as a board who have the authority to construct budgets and strategic plans, inadvertently take the authority to bind our chapter to obligations that we cannot possibly deliver upon? There is a direct correlation between authority and liability. This is why planning a committee structure is such an important job. We need to understand not only where the buck stops, but also who has the authority to stop it. And we have a responsibility to each other as a board, and as a board for a state chapter of a national organization. We need to understand, believe in, and support the association. We need to know why we are a national association and be able to explain that. We need to be enthusiastic about our association and broadcast that to members and non-members. We need to be responsible and complete our tasks on time. We need to try to never miss a meeting without a good reason. If we need to miss a meeting, let the board know as soon as we can. Life happens, and family comes first. Be on time and prepared for our meetings. Submit reports and motions when and how directed. Keep the reports short and put actions into motion. Pay attention, no side conversations. Give the focus to the task at hand. Never take part in gossip. Don't negatively criticize. Help or find someone that can help the situation. And support the board as an entity. Be a team player. We all have the same focus. Because we are at the chapter level as volunteers, we are the face of the National Association. Members generally will not confront national leadership or national staff. I know, this seems a bit tough, but if we conduct ourselves in accordance with the preceding principles at all times, we not only will elevate ourselves, but also elevate our volunteer experiences and provide our chapter members a positive chapter experience. We need to keep ourselves high and tight. And if we pay attention to the preceding principles of duty of obedience, duty of loyalty, and duty of care, we will be high and tight. Our resources are available online, namely National Bylaws, Policy Manual, Code of Ethics, Standards of Practice. We all should have a copy of the Oklahoma Chapter Standing Rules. We have all signed the Volunteer Code of Conduct and submitted it to National. And there is a board resource manual available online as well. But perhaps the most important resource we have is each other. Thank you, and I look forward to a wonderful board experience.